On the second day of fall, the California Vulcans are looking to continue their strong play, while the Mountain Cats of Pitt-Johnstown are looking for their first win as a member of the PSAC. Hello everyone, and I'm Allison Steinheiser. Alongside me is Jen Germano, and Jen, it's really a tale of two teams as California is coming in with a lot of momentum.
It's true, they're on fire so far. They're coming into tonight's game with 219 consecutive minutes worth of shutouts in the last two games versus Clarion and Edinburgh. They have defeated them 4-0 and 3-0, complete shutouts. They're doing really well so far this year and are looking for another win here tonight.
On the other side of the ball, UPJ, they're just looking for a win.
They are. They're not doing so well this year. In 6 games, they have had a total of 19-1 defeats, or total scoring defeats, excuse me. Then in the last 2 games, in fact, they've been completely shut out, 3-1 and 3-0, excuse me, and 1-0. They're just looking for a win.
Taking a look at the PSAC standings, you can see there not a lot of disparity between these teams.
There's really not. In that whole middle section, many of the teams, their standings are 3-1. One game can decide it all. For Slippery Rock, for instance, usually a team that's pretty good. They have 2-1 as their ranking, and they are listed as number 10 in PSAC standings. One game can really decide many different things right here, right now.
It's the first meeting since 2008 between these two teams. Who will come out on top? See next right here on CUTV.
Do you want the latest scoop on California Vulcans football? Watch each week for highlights and analysis of last week's game, a preview of next week's game, and a look around the PSAC. Get pumped! Vulcan Football 2013, Tuesday through Fridays on CUTV. Watch CUTV online anytime, anywhere. Check out your favorite original programs, coverage of the biggest events on campus, and cheer on your Vulcan sports teams. CUTV, log on, tune in now. Visit cutv.calu.edu/live.
CUTV is your home for local high school football action. Sundays at 8:30, Thursdays at 5:30, only on CUTV.
There is a university built on an uncommon dedication to the whole student, where core values of integrity, civility, and responsibility are not just taught, but integrated into academic experience, creating a learning environment for personal life as well as professional life. California University of Pennsylvania.
Welcome back to CTV's coverage of Vulcan women's soccer from the Phillipsburg Soccer Complex. And Jen, it's the second day of fall, but it's beautiful weather out there today for a soccer game.
It really is. It actually feels more like summer to me almost than fall. The weather is definitely much warmer than it was this morning. This morning I know it was very chilly. Tonight you don't even really need a jacket, probably when the sun goes down, but not too much right now.
Beautiful weather for a soccer game, around 67 degrees. No chance of rain, unlike Saturday. If you were in the area, a lot of rain then. And you see California taking their field. They are led by freshman goalkeeper Megan Jays. She's going to make a start today for the Vulcans. You see her there on the screen. And Jen, you played the sport. How important is it to get your goalie some insulation, especially with a young goaltender?
It is very important. When you're a young goalie, I know I was a forward and a halfback, but when you have a young goalie and you're just starting out, you really need to give them some extra cushion support just so they don't have so much pressure on them in case anything does go wrong. It's very important for that offense to get up and step up, be leaders.
And you also saw Leanne Gorman, a sophomore goalkeeper, starting for UPJ. So 2 younger goalkeepers starting for both of these teams. Erin Hogan, a junior, is also out there for California. She's at midfield right now, and she's going to give the ball to California to start out. Kelsey Russo gets into the offensive end, trying to get something started from California. UPJ trying to get it out now. Jen, how important is it for UPJ, who's looking for their first, and they've only been able to score 1 goal, to try and get on the board early, or at least get some pressure early?
It's very important. I know whenever I played soccer for our teams, it always helped us to get that first goal in. Anytime you can get that first goal, it boosts the whole team's confidence. And it just helps a tremendous amount to be able to think if you can get that 1 extra goal, you actually have a chance of not being shut out, of being able to come back and beat the team that you're trying to go against, especially with a record like Cal's.
Stefan tried to get that pass. She was not able to. It goes out of bounds. California will get the throw in here. Pazika is able to throw it into Hogan. Hogan trying to back off the defender now. She's going to have a chance. She tries to cut to the middle, tries to get the pass, and that shot is going to be wide. I believe it was taken by Taylor Skursky. So California with the first offensive chance there goes wide. Elizabeth Stefan now going to take the kick for UPJ as they're going to try to get out of their defensive zone. They get it to about midfield, but California's defenders doing a good job of not really letting them cross the midfield line. UPJ gets control of the ball again. California trying to take it right back. Bounces around. California's able to take it back. Goes off of a foot, though, right back to UPJ. Vulcans were able to bring it back out and kind of regroup, use their defenders, and that's something that's really important for these teams whenever you're not getting the pressure you want offensively. California's still trying to get in deep. They've been able to once, but haven't really been able to get back in since. Skursky with control of it now on the near sideline. She gets it to Hogan. Hogan able to tow that inbounds. Great footwork by her. Showing off her footwork once again. She gets the pass off to Crockett. Chelsea Crockett gives the pass back to Hogan. Hogan trying to get it inside the box now. Not able to. Kicked away by UPJ.
So from the look of some of these plays that they're trying to pull off, many of the things that I've been seeing, they're trying to do a whole passing play where you would get it from midfield down to, from center field actually, excuse me, to the outside and then pass it back into the center, kind of throw off the defense. That is extremely important because if you can throw off that defense and trick them, they're not going to know where the ball is going to be going.
And California again trying to get it inside the box there. Not able to, but it's going to be a corner kick here for Erin Hogan. And California going to try to start something offensively off of this with 1:35 left to go in this first half. Excuse me, 41:35 left to go in this first half. Hogan gets the kick off. Does go in, and that might be an own goal. I couldn't tell from up here, but it looked like it may have gone off of Elizabeth Stefan's foot. We'll see
41-21
from here. Maybe not. There were a lot of California players inside that box, though, trying to get something going offensively, and they were able to.
That's going to be a huge step for Cal right now.
To wait for the announcement of the goal, but California up 1-0 over the Mountain Cats. Their shutout streak continues. Skursky brings it up quickly. It goes to Newford.
Haley Henderson.
And Haley Henderson is the one that got the goal for the Vulcans.
Assisted by number 30, Erin Hogan.
And Erin Hogan with the assist. So California on the board first.
One of the best things Cal just attempted was to have that extra person next to them where they could pass the ball back in case the defense was right on them. That's exactly what you have to do if you want to try and get a step up on the defense so you can get past them.
And it's still early in the season, and Jen, that support is something that's just going to build over time.
Definitely.
California looking strong already in the early minutes of this game. Pitt-Johnstown now trying to get something working offensively. Wingard steps inside. She takes a shot, and Jays is just going to scoop that one up and hang on to it. Good kick by Jays to midfield. California trying to chase it down now. Believe that's Chelsea Crockett. It's going to go out of bounds, though, and UPJ will get control. A lot of communication going on between the players as well as the coaches and the bench. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but we can definitely hear it from here, and that's something that's really key, especially early in the game, as we see an offsides on California.
Offsides is definitely one of those things that you have to watch out for when you're playing. It is so easy as a forward to slip up and just go right behind that defender waiting for the ball. You've done these drills hundreds of times in practice, and it's so easy just to ignore the defensive players and go right for it. It's one thing that a lot of teams will get tripped up on. I know I did millions of times.
27 left to go in this first half. Vulcans lead 1-0 off of a goal from Henderson. Trying to add that lead now as they take control. Once again, Hogan gets it. She tried to tip it forward. Not able to. Russo was there as well. It's going to go out of bounds and be a corner kick once again for Hogan.
Corner kicks, very similar setups for many of the drills that they use for most teams that I know of, most teams that I played on, most teams I played with. Oftentimes you have your forwards set up in the goal or near the goal, closest to the goal, so you can head it in if necessary. Then you have your halfbacks a little behind them in case it goes out or in case you need to pass it out and get a kick into the goal, an attempt that's a little further out where there's not so much defense, possibly.
UPJ is going to bring it up now. It's Lawrence Steffen. It's going to go out of bounds, though, off the foot of Emily Helms. California will get possession. It will be a throw in here. California trying to bring it up. It's Neefer. She's going to bring it all the way up. Still had control. Tried to keep it. Wasn't able to. Good support, though, by Haley Henderson.
That was great support and great footwork. Way to stay with the ball, especially when the defense was still staying on them. You have to stay with that ball, just like Cal did there.
Crockett tried, or excuse me, that was Kelsey Russo, tried to make a move outside. Goes off of her foot. That went out of bounds, so UPJ will get a kick. Good job by Taylor Skursky there to step in, get control of it, and she gets it back to Stephanie Thompson, one of the veterans on this team. She's a senior. She's able to get it up. To the outside, it's Erin Hogan trying to cut back inside. Not able to. It's going to be another corner kick for California, and California's gotten their third corner kick already. What does that really show about what they've been doing to this UPJ team?
Honestly, it shows they have control, total control of this game at this point. They're all the way down at UPJ's end of the field. UPJ's defense is working fairly well because they're keeping them on the outsides, but not well enough to keep them off their side of the field.
There's another goal for California. California once again off of a corner kick. See it here on the replay. Good job heading the ball in on the second effort there
All right.
Great job by California to once again
and it's not going back in.
get another goal, and that was Lauren
extension to the
Pazurska.
tripod legs.
Corner kicks sometimes are some of the easiest ways to get goals, quite honestly. They were some of my favorite, I know for sure, because you could have a play set up and you could work around the defense.
Excuse me, that was Niefer, not Pazika. Assisted once again by Erin Hogan. That's her second assist of the game, and both times it's been off of corner kicks.
49.
Assist on the goal from number 30, Erin Hogan.
UPJ player slips up there, and the ball trickles out of play. Pazika throws it in. It goes out once again. It's going to go right back to UPJ.
That's one thing about soccer. It definitely is a turning over game, especially if you're sticking along that sideline. It can go quickly from one team to the other, and then you get the ball back, and then it passes back. It just goes back and forth like that for a while.
30 seconds.
California once again trying to get a deep. Erin Hogan gets behind the defender. She was able to stay on sides. A nice save there by Gorman to just tip that ball out of bounds. Great job to make that save. It'll be yet another corner kick for California.
That was definitely a good try. Those corners where they're definitely kicking it are what you want to aim for. The top left and right corners. It's the hardest places to reach.
Erin Hogan, who already has 2 assists in this game off corner kick, she's going to try to get her third one. Not able to. Good defense, though, by UPJ as we have a whistle. I think it's going to be a foul against California. So California already has 4 corner kicks in this game, resulting in 2 goals. With 34-15 left to play here in the first half. Good job there by Crockett to head that ball in. Nice effort by Russo. She tries to get it into the middle pass just behind Chelsea Crockett. Not able to control, and now Gorman's just going to scoop that one up, and she's going to set up for a kick.
One of those ways you can avoid those scoop ups by the goalies, you have to get your cleat underneath the ball, scoop it up basically with your cleat on the laces and try and get it over their heads just a little bit.
Good give and go there between Hogan, and that's going to result in yet another goal. Erin Hogan gets another assist as California once again doing a good job of backing off the UPJ defenders.
She's on fire, Erin Hogan, that is, with all those assists. She's one of the leaders, in fact, for many of her assists. She had her 6th career multi-assist game in their win against Edinburgh on Saturday, so that's going to add to her stats.
Chelsea Crockett able to get the goal, and that all started from a nice give and go on the throw-in between between Hogan and Russo. Russo was able to get it back to Hogan, and then Crockett just driving to the net was able to get her foot on it, and then the nice shot to go to the opposite side of the goaltender was on.
Okay, got it.
Jen, UPJ's really been struggling to try and get into California's defensive end and get shots on goal. What do they have to do to be able to break down this California wall of defense?
They're going to need to find out how the CalU defense works. They need to find the loopholes, find a passing play or something around those lines that's going to be able to give them an advantage against Cal. They need to either find speed, find a passing play, air balls, but then again, when you do high kicks, you can also get headers from the defensive end.
Another shot on goal there, and a nice save by Gorman. She's seen quite a bit of action already in this game.
32-06.
Good job tracking the ball there by Niefer. She's going to get it to Skursky. Skursky gets it up now. It's going to go to Hogan. She's in a race. Almost beats it out. Don't know what they're going to call here. I think it did go off of Hogan out of bounds, as she kind of laughs about it. And whenever you have a 3-0 lead with 31:36 left to go, you kind of can laugh about plays like that, but she definitely showed off her speed there.
Definitely. Speed is a key in soccer. If you have speed, you are definitely going to have an edge up on anyone else, because that's really what a lot of soccer is all about, footwork and how fast you can be going.
UPJ gets possession right back there as California was pressuring offensively. It goes right to Hogan, though, does the throw in. Nice play by Crockett to tip it over the defender. Russo, gives it to Crockett. Crockett not able to control it. Comes back, though, and goes to Kearns. Kearns gets it back. She's going to take a shot on goal. Nice save by Gorman.
He's still fitting with the Allen keys with it. It's not.
California tips that one out of bounds, so it will go back to UPJ possession. But once again, California standing strong at midfield. Miscommunication once again on a throw-in between Helms and Ivanko, who checks into the game. Now California gets possession back. Newfort gets it up to her teammate. That's Kelsey Russo. That was Crockett. Skursky now gets it on the outside on the far sideline. Goes out of bounds. California will get the throw-in. California throw-in cut off there by a UPJ player. They get it back up to midfield. To Elizabeth Steffen. She loses control of it. Goes to Russo. Russo tried to go inside, but Gorman is going to come out and play that.
Cal's got some pretty good control on these high balls right now. It's really what you need, because when you have a ball coming fast at you, you need control of your feet to be able to keep it from going out of bounds, going too far, too fast.
And one thing that California a couple years ago moved to this new Phillipsburg Soccer Complex facility, and it is a big difference from when they were playing at Roadman Park. And one of the bigger differences was going from playing on a grass field that had a huge dip in it and maybe some ruts too, to this consistent turf field. They always know what they're going to get with that. What's the difference between playing on those fields?
The turf fields are, for one, they're more consistent, as you said, but it's also going to be a harder landing if you do a slide tackle. If you fall, it's going to feel a little different than if you're just landing on regular grass. But then as well, you don't have gravel or sand or any of those inconsistencies that you have to deal with when you're playing on grass. Many of the grass fields I played on, I would end up being tripped up and go nose first into gravel. Not a pretty sight. Not very fun either.
They definitely do not have to worry about that here, as it's going to be a foul against California. I think we're going to see a couple of substitutions here. The next whistle. Is Jackson with the kick here for UPJ, trying to get something going offensively. California, though, they've definitely been using their speed against this UPJ team, and you can really see that it's almost unmatched.
It really is. Cal's speed at this point, they're completely zooming past UPJ's players. And as I say that, of course their speed picks up. But then when they get down to the defense, it doesn't really match the defensive footwork and speed.
See quite a few subs coming in for California. Bethany Smythe is one of them. See number 20. Not catch the other. Have to see as they come in who the other substitutions are, but I think it was 3 California players. Jordan Gray also came in for the Vulcans. California brings it up quickly here, and Bethany Smida, she was one of the top players for California for quite a while. Gonna be a chance here, but UPJ just kicks it out of bounds. It will be a throw-in for California. Deep in the UPJ territory once again, Kaylee Smith is gonna throw the ball in.
When Cal's given a chance like that, you really need to have someone along that other side of the goal box ready to get the goal in. That's one thing that we were always taught consistently. We ran drills with it. You had someone take the ball down the field, but then you would have your left forward or your right forward on the other side of, or on that same side of the goal box, so that if the center fielder or whoever, the center forward or whoever had the ball would lose it, they could pass it off to the side and there would always be someone ready so you could have the assist.
Another offsides against California here. They're going to try to get possession right back. It's headed out of bounds, though, by California. So UPJ gets another throw-in. California's midfielders are also doing a good job of standing up at midfield and not allowing the UPJ forwards to get by, as there's going to be a chance here for California. Great job by Gray to stay on sides there. The save made. Comes back out to Smida. Smida with the nice footwork. She's able to try to get the ball inside. It's going to be kicked away, though, by Kashut.
One thing you're always taught when you're having to play defense, whether you are a forward or not, because many of the players will eventually have to play a little bit of defense, and both defense and offense, depending on how the game is going. But one thing that you are taught much of the time is if the ball is in the center and it's getting near your goal, kick it out to the sides. Once you get it out to the sides, you can figure out what plays you need to get it back up to be on offense, but get it outside, get it away from the goal.
What does Pitt-Johnstown, or what is California really doing to stop Pitt-Johnstown from being able to cross that midfield line without getting pressured immediately by 2 or 3 girls?
Quite honestly, they are putting the pressure on them immediately. Before Pitt-Johnstown even has the ball, they are going up, they're reaching for it, they're taking the initiative over UPJ. And in a game like this, for UPJ, you have to go straight for it. You can't hesitate. You can't think about who you're going up against. You just have to go straight after that ball and want that goal.
Kelsey Russo tries to get a kickoff. It's going to go by the goal, though, so it will be a goal kick here for UPJ as we see another substitution. As UPJ just trying to really keep up with California's speed. Zorbas, it looks like, came in. Alexis Zorbas came in for UPJ. She is only a freshman. See how she does against this California team as California gets the throw in. Not able to get control of the speed once again by Smida. Able to get by the defender. Now she's trying to get by her again after she got control. She does, but going to be another whistle there. With 22:45 left to go in the first half. UPJ not able to get anything going there. They're going to get another chance with a throw-in, though. UPJ tries to bring it up. California, though, doing a good job standing tall defensively. They do not let them get in deep, and they're going to try to kick it out. Back and forth action here. Nice little tip by the California midfielder. And then just once again shoot it deep and hope your player can outrace, and they do, and that's going to result in yet another California goal. All speed on that one, and it's 4-0 California. It was scored by number 23, Jordan Gray, the junior from Ontario. And you'll see here, you didn't see it, but the pass straight up the middle, just doing a good job of Gray using her speed to get open and get the shot on goal.
When you have a straight shot like that, you just have to run and take it. If you have the chance to not be offsides, definitely do that as well. Just like Cal did there. It's a great play.
And that's another example, Jen, of just California's speed as they're showing it off again here. Another shot on goal, right into the chest of the goalkeeper, though. Gorman makes another save, and the sophomore's been standing strong. Header there by California. It's going to be a foul against UPJ, I believe.
The board still reads 21-15.
Jordan Gray, that was her first goal on the year.
So in a situation like this, UPJ really can't afford to leave any of Cal's team members open.
The time on the board's not moving, so it's not up there.
That kick goes behind the goal, so UPJ will get another goal kick here. They just have to get something going offensively as we see another substitution for California. Nicole Myers checks into the game. The junior from Ontario.
You have 5 seconds.
There was a clock issue there. That's why they held the clock for a couple of seconds, but now we're going to get back to play. Neifert does a good job of getting it up to her teammate McCann. McCann has control of it once again, trying to get around the defender. She's going to get around one defender. Nice slide, though, by the UPJ player to knock it away from her. She gets control of it again. That's number 25, Emily Helms. It's going to go out of bounds. Then it'll be a throw-in for California. We'll see another substitution here is coming in for California will be, I believe it's number 16, Brooklyn Stevens. As the sun is setting here, it's kind of difficult to distinguish between some of the numbers. The sun is shining directly onto the field, which may cause a little bit of an issue for the players. Probably not much of one, but we'll have to see as the game goes on. Nice head there by UPJ, but California able to get control of it once again.
Those backward headers are definitely some of the hardest ones to do.
California bringing it up. Trying to get something going here is Smida. She's just going to kick it out of bounds, though, so it'll be another goal kick for UPJ.
UPJ here really has to set up some sort of offensive play, get that ball past the midfield line.
Another header there, but once again pressured by 2 California players, and California comes away with it. Skursky does a good job of, she tried to maintain control and then it went out of bounds, so she got it right back, and it'll be another throw-in once again. Bethany Smida along the far sideline, or excuse me, that is Miltko. She tried to get it to the middle. Not able to. Another header by California's back line trying to get it deep.
Those are exactly the kind of plays you want to see by Cal's offense and defense especially. If the ball gets back to them, send it back up forward to whoever's open or whoever has an open path.
Gorman kicks it up to midfield once again. She is seeing a lot of action. UPJ trying to turn it around now as Lauren Steffen brings it up. They're trying to get behind the Cal defender. Good job, though, by Morgan Bullock to hold off the player, and it's going to go out of bounds as she tried to make the pass to Myers. Be a throw-in for UPJ.
Here as well, you could set up some sort of play kind of similar to a corner kick play, but slightly different, obviously, because you're not as close to the goal. You're going to need something a little closer to the sideline to get it up to the goal.
18:02 left.
18 minutes left to go here in the first half. Another throw-in for UPJ. They try to get it to Wingard. That doesn't work, though, and California's going to come away with it. It's going to be Jordan Gray once again down the sideline. She has room. She can cut to the middle. She's looking for some help. She's looking for McCann. McCann not able to get a foot on it. Comes right to Skursky. Over the goal, though. So another chance for California over the goal. They still lead 4-0 in this game.
Cal, in that entire sequence, showing off their speed and teamwork. Many plays there for open attempts. Just not able to get past the defense for that one.
And it really seems like California's running a lot of set plays right now, I would say, as far as support, and just the fact that they're able to set these plays up already so early in the season. As you see miscommunication there as the pass goes out of bounds, but it's pretty impressive.
It is very impressive for a team that consistently every year loses players, gains new players, because it's a college team. You're going to gain and lose other players. You have to rebuild all that teamwork, all the stamina. You have to get everyone to trust everyone, know where the plays are going to be. For some players, it takes years for that to happen.
As we see a collision between a California player and a UPJ player. Kashut is a little slow to get up. She's going to shake it off, though, and try to stay in this game. She went down very hard as her and the California player were going after the ball.
Those definitely hurt, but those kind of collisions are what you really, I hate to say it, it's what you really need to do to try and get an edge up on teams with records like Cal has right now.
Bethany Smido with the steal, and then she brings it up. She's looking for some help. Finds it. Nice save, though, in the box by the defender. Sorry, that was California coming at it once again. Skursky tried to get a shot off. It was blocked. Comes back out. Another shot inside the box, but it's going to go behind the goal, and California with the offensive pressure once again.
Many great attempts by Cal in that sequence as well. Also, good defense by UPJ. Some of those are not the easiest plays to stop.
15-17 left to go here in this first half. It will be another foul on California, and California has been very physical in this game. But I think part of that is just their speed and their aggressiveness against this UPJ team. Nice header there, but it goes right to California there. Would get it up back to midfield. McCann takes control of it. She's going to bring it up. Able to get around try to get around the defender. It's going to roll out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for UPJ.
One thing I keep noticing about UPJ, they definitely attempt headers a lot. Headers can be to your advantage. They can also be to your disadvantage. It depends on how much control you really have over where the ball is going to be going. And that's something that you have to practice for it to really work well.
California trying to gain control back. UPJ has it, though. That's going to go out of bounds off of a California player, so it'll be a throw-in for UPJ, and that throw-in is going to be Kim Bonnet.
14:05 left.
Goes right to California. Skursky is able to get control. Now it goes back to one of the California defenders. Some miscommunication there. Good job by the California player, though I didn't see who it was. She's a little bit shaken up behind the play. California once again going after is Jordan Gray. Gray, good job following it into the corner and keeping it inbounds. Tried to get it inside the box. That was blocked, though. Good job by Myers to step up there, pressuring the defender. She's able to get control of it, trying to turn it back on the offense, and she is. He's able to get the shot. Nice save, though, by Gorman to tip that out of bounds once again. It will be yet another corner kick for California. But what a save there, and she probably saved a goal.
That's definitely the kind of play that you want to see, as well as the save. That is one difficult shot angle to go for, and one difficult save as well to make because of the angle.
California trying to set something up here as Jordan Gray is going to take the corner kick. 12:50 left to go here. That's headed out. It's going to come right out to California, though, and you see Gray slowly trying to set it up now. Trying to get something going back inside the box. Another shot on goal, scooped up by Gorman. She's been strong, even though she's let in 4 goals. I mean, she's seen a lot of action and made some really nice saves.
She definitely has, and for a goalie to not let up even after 4 goals, that is one thing that you definitely have to commend her for. Because I know many goalies, although it was in high school, I know many goalies who would have just given up at that point. Been like, no, there's too many.
12:05 left to go. As Megan Jays sees her first action in a while, she's going to get a kick here and boot it up to about midfield. It goes over the head of everybody. Smida able to gain control. Trying to look for some support. She gets it there. Going to be brought up by the Cal defender. A shot on goal there by Bullock. It's going to be scooped up once again.
One thing you definitely want to do when you're going for a goal attempt, no matter how far you are, no matter what the angle is, or if you have any assistance or not, you want to follow through. That's one thing I was always told growing up. You want to follow through.
Beautiful goal there by California. McCann going inside the box
11-18.
to get that one, and that was a nice pass from the outside. Skursky was able to make the pass through the box, and nice communication there as McCann just gets her foot on it past the defender, and another goal for California. 5-0 still in the first half, and still 11:18 left to go.
That was a beautiful shot. That's the kind of thing you want to see when you're going for a goal.
Smida brings it up now, trying to add to this lead. She's able to keep control and off the crossbar. Good effort by the defender to try to kick it out of the box. It doesn't quite get out, and now it's going to go behind the net. Another chance there for McCann. It's going to end up in a goal kick.
10-50.
One attempt off the crossbar. That was a great kick. If you want to get that kick down into the goal, one thing you can do, just lean over that ball just a little bit. If you lean over it a little more, it's going to fly lower, so it'll go into the goal rather than go over the top of the goal or off the top bar.
And I apologize, that was Marissa Antrilli with the assist, the freshman from North Huntington, PA. Myers brings it up, still able to control it. She gets it over to Gray. Gray's just going to kick it in, look for something. It's headed away. Not very far, though. McCann in there once again, not able to get control of it, though. It's going to come back out. Gray once again trying to give the give and go there. It doesn't quite work, and it's going to come out now to Ivanko. Ivanko gets it back. She's going to try to test the defender. Just kicks it in. Instead, she was looking for some support. California not really able to control it. Kicks it back to their goalkeeper. She does a good job of kicking it away. Myers with a nice strong move now. Able to fight off the defender. It's going to go out of bounds off of Gray, though. The Mountain Cats will get a throw in. Sabrina Weingard tried to do something with it. She's going to get the throw in, though, after it goes off of Cal.
9-0.
Helms trying to get something started. California gets possession back. Miltko gives it to Gray. Gray's going to bring it up, tries to go back to Miltko. Now she's going to have to use her speed and beat the defender. Nice job, though, by Jennifer Dover, Ashley Jackson to get over there and kick it out of bounds. California will get a throw in. We see some substitutions come in. Jordan Gray is going to go out. Coming into the game will be number 29, Fisha McCarnes. There's another shot on goal for California. UPJ trying to get something going offensively once again, but California just using their speed. And Trill brings it up this time for California once again. Gets it to Smida. Smida looking to get a shot on goal, not able to. The defender helps out Gorman. California gets it right back. Miltko, looks to bring it up.
Although this score really doesn't show it, UPJ's goalie, she has been absolutely outstanding in many of the saves that she's attempted. Some of those goals that Cal has gotten have been ones that are really difficult to reach. Her defense, while good, is lacking a little in helping support her. She's had a lot of the pressure on her just herself. And that's an incredibly difficult thing for the goalie, no matter what age or how long you've been playing.
Yes.
When it gets to be one-on-one with you and the goalie, that's an incredibly difficult thing. Pressure both ways. She's been doing outstanding.
She has been. She's already had quite a few highlight reel saves, and California's speed just unmatched by UPJ right now, as we're going to see another foul against California. It's again that aggression and that speed coming through, and California's taking quite a few fouls.
Many of those fouls coming from being so physical for Cal, but that is one key thing that comes with being a good team. You are extremely physical as a whole team entirely. You go straight for that ball. You fight for the ball once you get to it. You don't let it go. It is your baby. You do not let it leave. That's one thing you definitely have to watch out for, though, when you're being so physical, are the fouls. Because that can catch you up.
And California's aggression you can really see coming through if you look at the shots and shots on goals. California dominating.
Definitely. They've had 14 shots on the goal so far in this game, 5 of which have successfully gone in.
They've also had 20 shots total, so Gorman standing in there strong. Already has 9 saves in this game, and Jays hasn't seen a single shot yet.
I'd do it.
California trying to add to that shot total and the goal total. UPJ doing a better job now, trying to get control, but it goes right back to California. Some miscommunication there as they tried to go back to one of the defenders. It's going to come to Jays as she tries to stay involved in this game. And Trill, they tried to get it over to Myers. Myers is going to get control of it. She gives it to one of her defenders once again, and they're going to regroup through Jays again.
Communication is definitely key for UPJ at this point. It's key in the entire game of soccer. But for UPJ to be able to come back and attempt to win this game, they definitely need to communicate better.
Cans tries there to head it forward. It's stopped, though, by Zorbaz. California once again gets control.
What's
McCann's trying to use her speed to beat it from going out of bounds, but it's going to go out first. So it'll be a goal kick here.
11.
Once again for UPJ. .346 left to go
we have three
in this
43
first
left.
half. And California, Jen, they've gotten some younger players in there now. And how is this game going to affect the rest of the season for California? As we've said, you looked at the PSAC standings, everybody's pretty close there. How is getting younger players in really going to help this team?
It's going to start rebuilding them, definitely. Although they're still really good right now, the younger the players you have, if you're doing this good with young players, the older they get, the more practice they get, the more games and involved they get in Cal soccer, they're going to improve so much over the years, and they're going to be on the top.
And California's always been good about that. They've always had a lot of good upperclassmen, and those younger classmen see those work ethics in practice and see what it takes to be a good player, and it kind of inspires them to play hard and try to fight for that starting job. And really, these players are getting rewarded now by getting to play in games like this where the coaches can see what they can do.
It's definitely that leadership from the upperclassmen that is very consistent, and that helps with the younger players to teach them the same types of things so that they can get more experience, and then when they become upperclassmen, teach the underclassmen as well, so it can go on.
Good effort by McCleary there to get a shot on goal, and we're going to have another opportunity here for California. Nice slide tackle, though, by the UPJ player
I'm okay
to just kick it out of bounds. California will get another throw-in. Almost able to get a shot on goal there, and Smida, one of the seniors on this team, out there right now doing a good job fighting for the ball. She's not going to be able to control it, though, and it's going to come up to about midfield for UPJ. California kicks it right back in.
136 left.
UPJ is going to try once again. 1:35 left to go in this half. California leads 5-0. Looking for yet another shutout and another win. UPJ just trying to get their first win as a member of the PSAC. Fushimi Carnes gives it to that is Antrill. The shot goes wide of the goal, and it'll be another goal kick. With 1 minute left to go in this first half, California leads 5-0, 15 shots on goal already in this half for California. Antrill with the nice header, not able to be controlled by California. Gets brought back up to midfield. Kaylee Smith tried to gain control of it, not able to, and it goes out of bounds.
30 seconds.
California will get the throw-in.
That's one of those things you have to watch out for when you're going on down with the ball.
I heard that one.
If you've got an open path, you've got to
20
keep
seconds.
control of it, because it's so easy to accidentally kick it just slightly too hard and it'll go out of bounds, and it can turn over to the next team and you lose all of that.
10, 9, 8.
You can hear the countdown. UPJ with one last chance here in the half to get some sort of momentum. California, though, just going to keep the ball in the air, and they are going to go to the locker room at halftime. A dominant half for these California Vulcans. They lead 5-0 over the Mountain Cats of Pitt-Johnstown, and we will have second half action next right here on CUTV.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
CUTV always has the action, and now you can too by ordering CUTV programming on DVD. To own your favorite CUTV moments, just send $16.95 in a check payable to SAI, care of CUTV Programming Order, 250 University Avenue, California, PA 15419. Order now.
Need to know what's happening in your area? CUTV News Center brings you your best local news. Events on and around campus. Local weather. Vulcan sports coverage. CUTV News Center, live, Thursdays at 5.
High School Roundup, bringing you the best coverage of high school football in Western Pennsylvania. Tune in for scores, highlights, analysis, and the best plays from the previous week, plus previews and predictions of the week's biggest games, standings from across the region, and news from around the state. High School Roundup. Catch it. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays on CUTV.
Welcome back to CTV's coverage of Vulcan women's soccer. And Jen, you see the score there, 5-0. California had a couple of highlight reel goals.
Definitely here on a corner kick we see Cal got that second attempt in, and the first attempt a header. Second attempt went straight in with the foot. Second goal, also a corner kick as a header, second attempt again as well. Very, very good offense on Cal's part.
They have been playing very well for California, and we are going to see a new goalkeeper here for the Mountain Cats as Timmy Shiok will come in, the junior from Punxsutawney, going to come in to replace Gorman, who played very well. I mean, she saw
What the heck? It is.
California had 21 shots, and Ashley Magruder is going to come in for California as well, so a couple of goaltending replacements for both teams.
Yeah, definitely. And Gorman for UPJ, while the score again does not show it, she saw a lot of action, and she had a lot of really good saves. Many of those were very difficult to try and stop. She did a great job.
California starting out here trying to get control. UPJ, though, tries to kick it back in. It will go to California, as it's Taylor Skursky trying to bring it up. Now it goes to Bonnet. She kicks it deep, going to be controlled by California, and I apologize, that is Kristen Beyerbach, number 0, not Ashley Magruder, number 00. So the sophomore from South Park will be in goal for this second half. We see a foul there as the UPJ player went down hard. Stephanie Thompson tried to make an aggressive play, and she ran into the player. You'll see it here on the replay.
It's still sticking. Definitely those attempts where you're having to be so physical to try and get down to the goal, those are difficult ones. Sometimes you just really have to go for it, whether it means you might get hurt a little bit or not. Sometimes, like here for UPJ, it works in your favor and you end up getting a penalty kick or some other form that'll help you.
California trying to get possession once again, and the back line able to help kick it out there. UPJ does continue to get control of it, though. It looks like maybe they made a couple of adjustments at halftime, but California gets possession right back. It's Chelsea Crockett bringing it up at midfield. She's going to kick it deep, and it's behind the defender. Haley Henderson in all alone. Good effort by the UPJ defender to get back, though, and a nice save by Shiok.
That was definitely a great effort on part by Cal and UPJ. UPJ stuck with them just to make sure that the goalie was not left alone. That is really what you have to do. You cannot leave your goalie out to dry just by themselves.
California once again trying to use their speed offensively after the throw-in, and they will get another throw-in here as Aaron Hogan did a good job to try to get by the defender. California throws it inside of the box. Trying to get it over the net was the header. I believe that was Kelsey Russo looking for the goal there. The senior not able to connect, though. It'll be a goal kick here for UPJ.
Just slightly too high on the part of Cal, but when you're going for a header like that, when you've got everyone bunched up, it's difficult to try and not jump up high enough where you can reach it, but low enough where you can still get it into the goal. That's one of those hard things that you've got to work at. And sometimes it just slips up, whether you have it down perfectly or not.
California tried to get the ball into the middle of the box. They still do control it. Now it's kicked out by UPJ, and Taylor Shursky tries to get possession back. Instead it comes to Neifert. It's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be another goal kick. California sets up to try to defend it.
Although so far it seems like Cal has been on UPJ's side of the field most of the second half again, UPJ's defense has really stepped it up in this second half. They're not letting Cal's speed scare them away. They're still going for it. They're being more physical. That's what you really need to see in a team that's in a shutout right now again, and after being shut out in their last two games as well.
Pazika still has control of it. She tries to get it inside the box. She does. It goes to Hogan, but there's going to be... Thought there was a foul, but I guess the official was saying no foul. Hogan keeps control of it. Pressured by two players. She still has control of it. Able to kick it inside, and that's going to be scooped up by Shiok, excuse me.
Good job on the part of Aaron Hogan for Cal. When you're in a situation like that, stuck in the corner and then backed up by two defenders, that is an incredibly difficult situation to get out of and keep control of the ball. So good job on her part.
Another chance here for Hogan. Excuse me, it's Crockett. That is going to be saved, though, once again by Shiok, and she's played just as well as Gorman did in the first half.
That was definitely a great attempt. That's what you need to see from Cal as well, to be able to keep this nice cushion of 5-0 against UPJ. You've got to stick with the ball and make sure you don't lose control of it, because every now and then the goalie slips up and it'll go out of their hands. You'll have that second chance at a shot, and you just might make it in.
Crockett tried to get it on goal. Once again, she had Henderson there as well, not able to. That one kicked in deep, scooped up once again by the goalkeeper. California up to 23 shots. Chance here for Henderson. Henderson gonna have to cut it back to the middle, and that is gonna be off the crossbar. The California player can't believe she missed that one, just too far deep almost, went straight up off the post.
That was a very good attempt, but it's one of those that you really have to have good control of to make sure that when the ball's coming in hard, you can keep control of it and keep it down low within the goal itself so it doesn't go off the crossbar or over or outside.
Throw in here by UPJ goes back to California, though. Kelsey Russo gets it to Kearns. She's not able to do anything with it, though, and it comes back to Staffen. Staffen's going to kick it out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for California.
And in this kind of situation, for the defense, it's really difficult to judge whether it's best to get the ball into the center and try and make it up to Cal's side of the field, or just kick it straight out. Like I said before in the first half, you're usually taught to just kick it straight out. But when you're this close and right now you're being shut out, you really need to judge, and it's difficult sometimes to judge whether it's better to immediately give the ball over to the other team by kicking it out of bounds or try and send it into the center and take it up for an attempt.
37-30 left to go here in the second half. California leads 5-0 over the Mountain Lions of UPJ, going for their third straight shutout. Coming into the game, they had 219 consecutive minutes. So they are just definitely adding on to that total as we see substitution here for California coming into the game. Will be, I believe that's number 5, Mackenzie Sheasley, excuse me. Checking in. It's Crockett with a nice move. She's going to try to find somebody as she cuts outside, goes to the middle again, and that's going to be a goal for California. Believe it was scored by number 30, Erin Hogan, but we will have to wait and see. She was one of the players that was in there. Did you see the replay there? California now takes the 6-point lead, and that was her first goal of the season. Chelsea Crockett gets the assist, and she's tried that move a couple of times. That time it worked for Hogan.
That was definitely a very good shot. That's the kind of thing you need to see if the person, the forward with the ball, is being put under a lot of pressure and has a hard angle on the goal. You need someone down on the other side just to go and make sure for that second attempt.
Crockett again with a nice shot on goal. A nice save by the goalkeeper, Shiok. She boots it out now to midfield. Another whistle here, as it will be a kick for UPJ.
If I'm right, I believe that was an offsides call.
Was offsides against California. Not sure what the problem is now, but the official is over at the scorer's table. Think is a clock issue after that goal. Not sure if it restarted or not. Had this problem earlier in the first half. Now they reset it to 35-45. And we will get back to action here. UPJ trying to get behind the California defense. They get the ball behind the defense, but not able to get a body back there. Bauerbach is able to scoop that one up, get her first action. Try to kick it up. California fighting at midfield for it. It goes to UPJ. Now I think there was a foul on the play. California's going to get a kick. California has had now 274 straight minutes of shutout. That's how long their streak is right now, and they're trying to keep that extended. That shot is scooped up by Shiok. California fights for it at midfield once again. Neifert gives it to number 17, Pazika. She steps inside. She's looking to take a shot. Instead, gets it to one of her teammates. It's fought away, though, by the UPJ player. Haley Henderson keeps it in. Another block shot there by UPJ. Another block. Good job that time by Kashut to stay strong back there and block that shot and just let it go out of bounds. But it looks like, I believe it's going to be a lot of substitutions for UPJ.
very good defense and offense, both on the part of UPJ and California. Many of those attempts, if you do that fancy footwork, you can get it between their legs, you can get all the way to the goal, and even have many attempts, if not an actual goal. Difficult to watch what the forwards are doing as a defensive player as well, to try and make sure no one's behind you, no one's sneaking around, to get that extra attempt.
Alex Kalup, Elizabeth Steffen, and Lisa Mix check in for UPJ. Nikki Mazer, Christy Smida, and believe it was Nicole Myers check in for California, as California had a corner kick there. I think they're going to get a throw-in now.
And in a situation like this, you really...
What a kick there. That one was a free kick. Could not see what number it was. I believe it was Nicole Myers. No, excuse me, it was number 15, Kaylee Smith. Showing a lot of power there, just blasted by everyone. As you can see the goal move on that shot. What a kick by that.
Scored by number 15, Kaylee Smith.
But as I was saying before the kick, in a situation like this for UPJ, all those subs, you really are just trying to get someone in to see if anyone can shake up California and get something started for UPJ. Sometimes, as an athlete, I know definitely as a soccer player, you can have those periods where you can be a great soccer player or a great athlete in general, and just have those periods where you can't do anything for some reason. Nothing's working for you. Sometimes you just have to stick in other people and something will come together.
Nice play there by California, not able to capitalize though, and that was once again that great communication between the forwards, as it was Haley Henderson tried to tip it to Russo. Russo had a lot of pressure though, not able to get a foot on it into the goal. It went wide, and it will be a goal kick now for UPJ. 32 minutes left to go here in this second half. California trying to keep their shutout streak intact. They now lead 7-0 over the Mountain Cats of Pitt-Johnstown.
And in this kind of situation for California even, it's good that you have this much of a cushion. You can get some of those extra younger players in who, in a more closely, evenly matched game, you wouldn't be able to get them in. So you get them some experience in playing college games, and you get them more experience if they are not freshmen and they have played college games. The more experience you get, the better you're going to be.
Nice save there by Shiok to dive across, and Pitt-Johnstown has let in 7 goals, but their goalkeepers have been playing very strong and making some nice saves. PJ gets it taken away once again. It's Russo able to tip it up. One of her teammates, I believe it's Hogan, tried to go inside there, back to Russo. Kick back out. It's going to be another shot for California. Tried to go to that corner.
It's those corner shots where you have to pass it across the goal and you want to try and get someone at that back post. That's what they would call those, the back post. You want to have someone down there so you can just barely tap that ball in. If that person isn't there, it's going to go right out and be another goal kick. That's one of those things you have to look out for.
California once again is able to get control. It goes back to UPJ though. California playing very aggressive. It seems like every time a UPJ player has the ball, a California player or two is right near them. And that's something that they've been consistently doing through this game. And that's one thing, even though the score is 7-0, you still don't want to create any bad habits that you're going to get as you go forward through the rest of these games, especially with a couple of tough games coming up. Off the post once again, 3 crossbars for California. That one goes over the net.
Again, a way to stop those over the crossbars is just slightly lean over the ball. Of course, you don't want to lean over it too far, but lean over just slightly, and that's going to keep the ball's angle low enough that it's going to go straight into the goal. Those are beautiful shots.
Nicole Myers gets control of it now. She's going to try to bring it up. It's going to go out of bounds, though. Possession will stay with California. Throw in here. Nice battle for the ball. California keeps possession, trying to throw it across the box. Once again, a nice battle there. Could not get the shot on goal, and California's tried that play a couple of times with the player coming across the box.
That is definitely that back post play that they like. And honestly, that's one of my favorite ones too. That's the one the defenders know is always there, but don't always look out for. It's one that you practice many times, so it's almost routine. It's not too much pressure usually, not always.
And this is one of those situations where California can risk trying some of these different plays that they might not try if they're up by 1 goal or they're losing by a goal. They might not have the opportunity to, and this is the time that you really have to try them.
Definitely. If you have some new plays at this point, now is a good time to try them, because you can experiment with however many you need to as a 7-0 lead. You're probably not going to lose too much by trying a new play or two. And that's always a good thing, because if you can add a new play to your repertoire, that's going to help you incredibly, especially if you can get them in against even better teams and you get them down to perfection.
Some substitutions once again for California. One of them is number 3, Morgan Bullock. She's checking into the game for the first time today. UPJ also stepping in Alexis Zorbis.
And on the part of Cal, with all these subs, that's also going to help them rest their starters so they're not as tired out. It gives them the opportunity to get in the game.
Another goal here by California. This one scored. Have to see here on the replay. Just another beautiful shot, and that was a beautiful arcing shot there. I think that's exactly what you're talking about. Instead of that one going over the goal, goes right in.
Definitely. That shot over in the top corners, those are the ones that really you always want to go for, especially depending on the height of the goalie. If the goalkeeper is shorter, you really, really want to go for those top corners. If they're taller, you might want to go for the lower corners, but not always, because you have your feet down there. They can definitely slide across, catch those. Those top corners are usually your best bet.
McCann with the goal there. That's her second goal of the game and second on the season. That's another one of those young players producing for California. It's Bullock with her first touch of the game. Is able to get it over to one of the other California defenders.
I got the ball, so.
They're trying to bring it up now. UPJ playing a little bit more aggressive, and California doing a good job of just playing keep away at this point with 26:05 left to go in this second half.
Really, that's what you need to be doing if you're California at this point. You have an 8-0 cushion. It's great if you can get a couple extra goals here and there, but if you don't have too much pressure on you, you keep the ball, you play keep away. You don't want to take the chance on giving that up, especially if there's not a whole lot of pressure on you. Although UPJ has been adding more pressure in the second half than in the first half. So that's something you have to be on the lookout for.
And Jen, you were talking about the fact that California can use some other players in this game. It's almost the end of September, or it is the end of September now, and in the month of October, when the season really heats up, they play 9 games in that month plus one the 2nd of November, so they really need to find a way to get other players in order to keep that conditioning and that stamina up through all of those huge PSAC conference games.
They definitely do. In games like this, it's going to help to be able to have your starters in, but then also take them out so they're not burned out for all of those games. You don't want your starters and your key players so tired that they can't produce as well as they normally could or really should. Then if you get some of those younger players in case anybody gets hurt, just on the off chance, you have that safety, you have that extra guard. You have the protection in case you need someone else to replace them in those high intense situations. With so many games so quickly, one after another, you're going to be protected and be able to still play as well as you have been.
And California's done a great job of getting those players involved. A lot of the players that we've heard have gotten their first goals of the year so far in this game. Out of the 8, I think at least half of them were their first goals of the year. And that's big, too, to get that confidence boost, really, that from the top to the bottom, a lot of your players can score. 23:51 left to go in this second half. California with a very comfortable 8-0 lead, trying to move up in those PSAC standings against the first-year members UPJ Mountain Cats. They're still looking for their first win.
And with just over 20 minutes left in the second half for UPJ, that's going to be an incredible feat. Not impossible. It can be done. But it can happen.
California's trying to just keep the ball away. And that one goes out of bounds off of the California player. UPJ is going to get the throw in here.
I currently have $27,000 in equipment in my hands.
Going to go to Myers. Myers tried to get it to Sheasley. Now it's going to go to her. Back to Myers. Myers just going to boot that one deep.
Sometimes that's what you've got to do when you've got a tight situation. If you have the space and can, you boot it out as far as you can to whoever is open on your team. Just get it out of there.
Nikki Mazer had control of that one. She's trying to kick it deep. Now goes over to Smida. Smida tried to get it across the pitch. Goes now to McCann. Tried to give it back to Schmider. Schmider in the middle of the box. Tries to get a shot. Nice save, though, by Shiok. Thought it went out of bounds, but it does stay alive as California's going to get another chance here, it looks like. We'll have another whistle and be a kick for the Mountain Cats. Just under 22 minutes left to play here in this game. California looking to add to their lead as well as keep their shutout streak going.
For UPJ to even attempt to come back from this game, they really have to step up, start pressuring even more, get that speed. It's getting chillier outside, but you can't let that affect you. You can't let the score affect you. You have to just continue to play. You have to really want it. And against this Cal defense and even their offense right now, that's going to be incredibly difficult. Cal would have to let up just a little bit.
Myers with a nice footwork, and that one off the crossbar once again. So California easily could have at least 12 goals in this game if it weren't for crossbars as well as nice saves.
Still many good second attempts as well. Even though some of them bounce off the crossbars, you've still got many Cal forwards and midfielders back up there ready to try and shoot it in, head it in, assist it in any way, shape, or form that they can get it back to the goal. Good job on California's part.
Jordan Gray's going to check back into the game, as will Danielle McCleary, and Sam Spargo is going to check into the game for the first time tonight. with just over 20 minutes left to go. California trying to use as many players as they can in this game to get some of their veteran players some rest. UPJ controls it now, goes deep. Looks like California's going to get control right back.
In that kind of situation where UPJ is kicking that ball very deep, you need to try and get your offense past the defenders and go for that ball. They need to speed up if they want to try to come back and have a chance at this game.
California's going to get the throw in here. Once again, deep in their end, and I believe I heard the announcement that Ashley Smythe is now in goal, so that'll be the third goalkeeper used for California. As Smythe is in net, and she scoops that one up. Trying to get as many players involved as they can in this game and get another goalkeeper involved in this shutout streak. Christy Smythe tries to bring it up. She's not able to. Gets it back. Bullock looks to make a pass up. It's going to go to Mazer. Back to Bullock. Bullock's going to take it up herself now as she has a little bit of a lane. Goes to Bethany Smythe. Going to come back up to McCleary.
That's impossible.
That's Christy Smythe out there now. Goes to Bethany Smythe. Now it goes back to UPJ, and right now California getting other players involved, as I said, trying to set something up here. Get the shot through the box, not able to head it towards the goal. They do maintain control though. Now it's Jordan Gray looking to move it to the middle. Not able to. Christy Smythe tries to kick it inside of the box to her sister Bethany. Not able to though. UPJ is going to clear that one out. Get another whistle and more subs here.
For Cal at this point, it's good just to get as many people in and back out and just keep them warmed up and used to the game so that they're not nervous if ever there's a tight situation when it's a crucial moment in the standings.
Marissa Antrill subbed into the game for Bethany Smythe. As we will see a throw in here for California, trying to get another goal on the board. They already have 8. But Jen, as I talked about, it could be a whole lot worse if it weren't for some missed shots.
It definitely could be. Some of those that were off the top bar could definitely have been goals if just maybe even inches down. Cal's had 21 shots on goal. Only 8 of those have made it in. It could be far worse than it is right now.
Shiok is going to kick this one to about midfield. Once again, UPJ trying to take control. It's Ashley Estelle. Tries to get over to Lisa Mix, not able to. It goes back to Pitt-Johnstown. Going to kick it in deep to Ellen Brady. Or excuse me, that was Kelp. Kelp could not control it though. Comes back to California. Smythe kicks it deep. This time trying to find Antrill. Antrill not able to control it though. Goes out of bounds, but it will be a throw-in for California.
UPJ really needs to get control of this ball. When they're getting it in the offense, they're getting it back towards their defense, not towards California's goalie, which is the direction they really need to be aiming for. Even if it means fighting the defenders, even if it means having to start the speed really fast. You really need to try and get past that last line of defense.
California has another sub come in. It will be Brooklyn Stevens once again, the freshman from California. Is looking to get some action here. She was in earlier in the game. So again, California's speed still coming through. Good job to get back on that one and not let UPJ control. Bullock gives it over to Spargo. Spargo looking to control it. It comes up. And California trying to get it past midfield. They are able to. Goes to Stevens. Now there's going to be a chance here for Antriel. Antriel in all alone. Could not control the ball, though, as it was kicked away by one of the defenders coming back for UPJ.
In that kind of situation, that is the best thing that UPJ's defense could have possibly done. You almost had a one-on-one with the goalie. You just want it out of there.
Good save by Shiok once again. She's been in control of this game, doing a good job trying to limit the number of chances California's been able to get. As far as shots on goal, Spargo once again tried to throw it to the middle. That was a giveaway. UPJ kicks it back up. Good read, though, by Bullock as she's going to take it up. Bullock trying to go end-to-end here. She tried to find some help from Stevens. It's going to roll out, though, and it'll be a goal kick with 13:20 left to go here in this game. It's going to be, I believe, another substitution for Pitt-Johnstown. Number 26, Chelsea Myers, checks into the game, the sophomore midfielder. California able to bring the ball up once again, trying to get to the middle, cut off by Myers, though.
You saw that speed from California again. That is really helping their game tonight.
Bullock gets it up to Mayers. Mayers trying to bring it up herself. It's going to go deep, but it's going to be scooped up by Shiok before the California player can get there. California gets possession right back, though. UPJ does a good job of clearing it. Good read by the California defender to head that one out. Flotowski was the one that was able to head that one out, and we're going to see another substitution for UPJ. It's Alexa Hoover checking into the game from Johnstown.
For UPJ to really be able to get past the midline, they're really going to need to step it up and start being more physical, not be afraid of the defenders, not be afraid of the ball, not be afraid of any possible penalties, really. Sometimes you just have to take those. You don't want to go straight in for them, absolutely not. But you have to try and be physical. You have to be proactive and just go for it.
California doing a good job of using the space that they have, as it's another scoop up there, excuse me, by Shiok. But California was doing a good job of working it back to their defenders and trying to create space for their midfielders and forwards.
Oh, that's not the game.
California's still trying to keep control here.
When you've got a situation like we just saw, you really need, UPJ really needs to put the pressure on California when they have the ball so that you can possibly gain control. If you can outsmart them or do something with your footwork, you might just be able to get the ball away from them and have a breakaway and have a chance at a goal.
Just over 10:30 left to go here in this game. California leads 8-0. Done an excellent job of keeping possession in this game, have yet to give up a shot, and they've had 39 shots, 22 on goal, as well as 7 corner kicks. And they've produced several goals from a couple of those corner kicks. Bullock tried to get it in deep, not able to. It was cut off by UPJ. Picked up now by that's Marissa Antiel. Now it goes back to Morgan Bullock. It's going to go deep to Brooklyn Stevens. Stevens not able to keep it in, and it's going to be a throw-in for UPJ deep. UPJ is going to put in a goalkeeper once again with 9:30 left to go. They're going to put in Rebecca Schultz. So each team has used all three of their goalkeepers. Schultz comes into the game with only 9:13 left to go.
And at this point, for a team like California, who's almost guaranteed a shutout of UPJ, you really have to make sure that you're staying in the game, because it is so easy when you're on the winning side to quickly forget or become conceited and think that you're going to be able to pull off everything, and then you lose all of it in a matter of minutes.
And the shutout streak is now over 300 minutes, so you don't want to give that up right now, especially with only 8:38 left to go in this game. You want to try to extend it yet another game.
Definitely. That's also going to give you an added advantage in the PSAC standings.
California trying to move up those PSAC standings. They are in a gridlock right now as they are tied for fourth. They could quickly move up those standings, though, as the teams ahead of them have played more games, including East Stroudsburg, Millersville, and Clarion. But definitely all of those teams very, very close in the standings. California's going to get the throw in here. It's going to come back to Bullock at midfield. It's going to kick it back farther. Now it's going to come up to Mazer. Mazer tipped that one in, but it went to a UPJ player. Bullock going to be aggressive and step up there. Excuse me, that was Spargo. Can hear a lot of the communication still going on down there, especially with some younger players that might not play a whole lot. Trying to get some communication both from their teammates on the field and the sideline to set up plays.
It's very easy as a younger player to need the communication more so than some of the girls who have been playing together for a couple years. I know when I played with the same girls for 6 of my 7 years playing soccer. I grew up playing with them. We played year-round just about. We played in our spare time. We almost didn't even need communication by the time we were in high school, because we knew how the other people worked. We knew exactly when the timing would be. We knew our plays. We ran them for years. We would add some. When you work with your teammates and you build all of that up, you almost can play silently, but at times when it's really tense, you definitely need communication to know who's going where, who's going to be doing what, or you can quickly lose the ball and it can cost you.
And that's something that in this game it might not be as important whenever it's 8-0, but whenever you're in a 1-goal game or you're in that Atlantic Regional playoff game, you need to be able to communicate. You need to be able to trust your teammates, and I think that's what a lot of these games are all about, is just learning how your teammates play, how you play together, and really perfecting those plays that you need to. And that's what California's been able to do in this game. They have not let off the gas pedal yet against UPJ, and UPJ is still trying to fight, but California right now just showing that they have the talent as they get yet another corner kick.
Definitely. And with UPJ, one thing that I think would help them while they're communicating would...
That's another goal for California. Christy Smida got the corner kick. I was not able to see who put it in. You'll see here on this great replay. went right off the hands, and I believe it was Smida that got the goal. They're celebrating quite a bit. The senior defender able to come in the game off the bench and get a goal, and can tell by her reaction and the fans' reaction as well as the rest of the girls in the team, they are quite excited for her.
Corner kicks, to me, are some of the best opportunities for goals because you have a stoppage in play and you are able to get your foot, really dig under that ball and get the air that you need to get it up over everybody's heads to either get it straight in to the goal or assist it so someone else can get it in.
And that was a great corner kick there. Once again, California, I think, has produced 3 goals off of corner kicks in this game, and that's one of those set plays that you can run, that you can practice, that could make a difference in a tight game later down the road.
Definitely, and with UPJ, like I was saying before, while they're communicating, they still have a little work they need to do as far as ensuring that they work together as a team. They trust one another to know who's going to be defending which players, where they're going to be in the field, who's going to have control, where the ball is going to go, even being able to trust yourself. Where is the ball going to go when you're trying to stop it?
Stevens tries to get that one to the middle. She's not able to. It's going to be cleared by UPJ. Comes back out there to Bullock. With just over 4 minutes to go, California leads 9-0 off of goals from quite a few different players. So we'll have a goal kick here for the Mountain Cats. California trying to get possession right back. Mountain Cats, though, do give it up to them.
That's the benefit of when you add pressure to the defense. Sometimes they fold under the pressure and you get the ball right back. Depends on the team, depends on the person.
Stevens gets it into the middle. It's going to come right back to her, though. She does a good job of controlling it. Gets it to one of her teammates. She tries to give it down to her. That was McCleary, some miscommunication there. Be another goal kick with 3 minutes left to go in this game. California now has 41 shots, 23 of them on goal, and they've been very aggressive and have not let off the gas. They've had just as many shots in this half as they did in the first.
California's been very proactive throughout the entire game. That's exactly what you want to see from a team, to know that they're definitely fighting for that #1 spot.
Aggressive play there by UPJ as Brady tried to get it. Not able to. It went off a California player, so it will be a throw-in for Mayers.
When you have those one-on-ones with another player, sometimes you just have to go in. If you're both trying to kick the ball and get it away from the other, you really need to try and go in with the harder kick, even if it means it might sting your leg a little bit. It's not going to be too bad because it'll be an advantage. If they come in with a lighter kick than you, you're definitely going to get the ball away from them, and that'll be a bonus for your team.
UPJ able to control it at midfield, trying to get anything going offensively with 1:40 left to go. They've not yet had a shot on goal, or a shot period, for this entire game. Good play there by the California defender, Politowski. Excuse me, that was Smida. Or no, it was Politowski. Smida was also there.
One of those things Cal has been doing very good at as well has been whenever they have a corner kick or a throw-in, they quickly set up their play and they throw it back in before UPJ can really have time to set up and analyze where their people need to be, what's gonna happen, what they need to be doing at that point. That's one thing that definitely helps the team. If you know immediately where you need to go, how you set up, and you can reach that point, you can possibly beat out the other team just on setup.
under a minute to play here as California showing why they're one of the better teams in the PSAC. So that one goes off the head of one of the California players. Still controlled by UPJ. Trying to play to the whistle here under 30 seconds. PJ heads it away once again as California was trying to take a chance. Hustled out. Nice job by Marissa Antrelli, excuse me. Under 15 left to play, and California looks like it's going to take home the 9-0 win over UPJ. Another shot here is saved. That shot was by Sheasley. And with that, time is going to come to an end, and the Vulcans dominant with 41 shots in this game.
They played extremely well. Very, very proactive. You couldn't ask for something better from the team.
So California keeping pace in the PSAC, and the shutout streak is now at 309 minutes. For everybody on our crew, thanks for watching women's soccer right here on CUTV.